What's good, YouTube? I just woke up, so I want to do this video for you guys really quick and show you guys that it's very easy to understand um, everything. So as you can see, I got my demand area. Price started here, shoot up. This will be my demand area / target. I waited for a closing bearish candle. Once I got that, it immediately becomes my supply. So once I have that, I go to the 1 minute, and I am strictly looking for um, price already refused to make a higher high. So what that means, we're going down, right? So the only thing that I'm looking for now, price already came out, came back up. I have a sell in place. So the only thing I'm waiting on right now at the 50 to cross the 8 and giving me a lower high closing there. So I've been under the 8 while the 50 is above the 8. It's literally that simple. What can I target? I can simply target the demand area. Will I hold it for that long? Obviously not. You know, today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so obviously not. I'm simply looking for a scalping uh, entry, just to scalp the sell. That's it. The RSI is very high for the hour. Um, it's at a 75. Um, so yeah, the H4 is at a 72. So all we need right now, only thing we're waiting on is for the 50 to cross the 8, giving us a lower high closing bearish. Now it's very important that you follow these steps and rules because you don't want to half it. Okay, you want to make sure that you're able to scalp it when you're supposed to. Now, most traders will see that it's falling and get in. Yeah, this is a low high closing bearish, but the rule is it must give me a low high closing bearish while being underneath the white box, meaning the supply area. So most people will get in early, which I did get in early yesterday on gold, and what happened? I got in. This is the same similar setup. I skipped one rule and I lost 30 pips just because I didn't wait fully for the rules. So keep in mind you have to follow the rules. Okay, it was only 30 pips, so it wasn't big, but I put my stop loss to the top where, okay, if it knocks me out, if it hits this stop loss, it's going to continue up, and that's exactly what happened. It hit my stop loss and it continued up. Gold just shot up. But I did scout gold for 50 pips, so I was still in profit. I just risked 30 pips of the 50 pips that I caught previously. So that's what you do. If you're entering the trade and if your entry is great and you know that you caught such amount of pips, all you have to do is risk, you know, 20-30% of that so that you're still in profit. You don't have to risk everything. You can risk just 20-30 pips of that and then call it a day. So right now we see that um, looking at the market, it's still making its way down. I do expect price to go down. Why? Because it already made a lower high. Overall, a lower high. You see this? If price wanted to continue up, it would have made a higher high. It failed to do that. So the only thing that we're waiting on now for the 50 to cross the 8. Once the 50 cross the 8, we need a lower high closing bearish underneath the white box. Once we get that, we enter the trade. And that's all we wait. And that's all we wait. That's all we wait on. That's all we wait on. It's literally that simple, guys. Patience is profits. I guarantee you that. Patience is profit. Now, as you can see, it is a lower high closing bearish underneath, right? But the 50 haven't crossed yet. The 50 have not crossed yet. Now, I know I might get this question. Lower high closing bearish, right? And the 50 haven't crossed yet. Once the 50 cross, you have your lower high closing bearish underneath the box. I would definitely probably take the sell. It's the rules. It is the rules. It is definitely the rules. We're just patiently waiting for the 50 to cross the 8 and see what happens. We could definitely target that demand area. We could definitely target it. But this is a strong uptrend, so we do not want to disrespect the trend. We're going to scalp this only. Patience is profits, guys. So you want to be definitely patient. You see why? Patient is profit because, look, market is still fighting to go back up. Either way that this market goes, we're going to catch it. How will we get into a buy? If this white box / supply demand becomes support, retest it, comes back, test the box, giving us a lower high closing bearish with the 8 crossing the 50, with price being above the 8 smooth moving average, we get in for the buy instead. Either way this market goes, we're going to catch it. Either way, even if it goes down or if it goes up, I already know what to look for if I want to take a buy. I already know what to look for if I want to take a sell. Guys, follow your supply and demand areas. It is very, very powerful. You just got to know how to get in and how to get out. It's literally that simple. So I want to take this live for you guys so you guys can see the trade. So right now you can see the 8 already rejected 50, right? And price failed to cross. Like I said, these are very, very powerful EMAs. They will not cross if the price is not going to go that way. So we look here, this is like a little mini double bottom on the 1 minute. But we patiently wait. This is why we're on the 1 minute to catch one of the best entries to get in the market. So I already know this market is going to fall. The market is going to fall. How is the market going to fall? Because this is the overall high. It made a lower high. Overall, this is the lower high, right? So all we do now is we patiently wait for the 50 to cross the 8, giving us a lower high closing bearish by being under the 8, and we enter. So either way that this market goes, we're gonna catch it. We know what to look for the buy. We know what to look for the sell. It's that simple, guys. So you don't want to be impatient. Being impatient can get you one of the worst entries, and now you're stuck. Okay, you want to make sure the market is going down. With that 50 been above, with that 8 been above that 50, the market is not going down right now. It's not going down right now. So you want to be cautious. You want to be patient. Patient is profit, guys. You got to be patient. Don't enter the market so fast. Enter the market when you see the rules. So, excuse me, guys. I just woke up, like literally just opened my eyes, and I looked at the chart and I saw this setup. So my allergies is very bad when I wake up. Don't know why, but it is like that. Sorry, guys, if it's annoying to you guys. I'm sorry. It's very, very easy. Okay, it's easy. So let me go back to the hour chart so you can see exactly what I did. So I saw US30 shooting up, right? And I'm so mad at myself because me getting out yesterday, I would have had one of the craziest entries and I would have caught this whole move, but it is what it is. Price was shooting up. I patiently waited for a candle to close bearish. Once that happened, I made it my supply area. I dragged it from the wick down to the closing of the candle. Once I do that, I like to put a vertical line on the next opening candle so I can see where it started. So I can see where price started at, right? Then I got my demand area. Once I do that, I already know I go to the 1 minute and I already know what I'm waiting for. I already know what I'm looking for and what I'm waiting on to get to the trade. Price came out, came back. We have a sell and play. Only way we enter the sell, 50 must cross the 8, giving us a low high closing bearish while being under the 8 moving average. Okay, so how will we look for a buy? Same thing, but complete opposite. Price will have to go up above their supply area, come back and touch the box. The 8 must cross the 50, giving us a higher low closing bullish while being above the 8, with the 8 being above the 50. We enter, we put a 60 pip stop loss, we ride it up. Same thing, same concept. It's pretty simple, guys. So if you guys don't understand lower highs and higher lows and stuff, that's when it becomes difficult. If you don't know how to read candlesticks, that's when it becomes difficult. If you understand lower highs closing bearish, then you get it. Then you get it. The easiest way that I can explain that, a lower high closing bearish would be pretty much like this. A blue candle that's lower than the previous blue candle. So this is the highest, get a blue candle closing bearish. That's considered a lower high. Here's another lower high. This blue candle is lower than that green blue candle. Lower high closing bearish, boom. You know, same thing. So we're gonna look for the same exact thing, but only when the 50 has crossed the 8 and it must be under the 8. So the same exact concept. Okay. What's a higher low closing bullish? Right here. You see this red candle? You got a red candle higher than that, closing bullish. That is considered a higher low closing bullish. Okay. So that is pretty much what it is. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. Because I know the other term, lower high closing bearish, sounds more confusing. So that's the easy way I can explain it. So what is a higher low? You see this low right here? You see this red candle? You see another red candle higher with a closing bullish? That's a higher low closing bullish. So right now the 50 has crossed. Now the only thing we need now is a lower high closing bearish, and we are in this market. That's all we need. We need a lower high closing bearish. So right now that's a low. That would be considered a lower high if it closes. That would definitely be considered a lower high. If it closes that, we only need a red candle to enter the trade. So I want to call it all this out live so you understand what I am doing. So right now, if this candle closes blue, that would be considered a lower high. And the only thing I would need now is a red closing candle to enter the market. So just because we see markets falling, we enter on the rules. It must be the rules. Okay, you have to respect the rules. The 50 have crossed. Now that's good. Okay, now we know it's a bearish market. That we wait patiently. We don't enter right away. We patiently wait. Okay, we do not rush the setup. We let the setup come to us and we enter the market. So right now we still don't have a lower high closing bearish. So the 50 definitely crossed the 8, as you can see right here. 50 has crossed the 8. Perfect. We need that. This would be a great entry if this closed bullish, giving us a low high closing bearish. We enter, we put our stop loss 60 pips up, and we scalp this market. Like I said, it is a bearish market. Price is not making higher highs on the 1 minute, so it's showing that it wants to drop. But we're going to enter on the rules. We're not going to enter just because price is dropping in the 50 cross. No, we need the lower high closing bearish while being under the 8 right here. Then we enter the market. It's that simple. We don't enter because price is falling. We enter off the rules. Patience. Okay. I don't care if I see 5, 8 candles red. I'm not entering unless they give me a pullback, lower high closing bearish that I get in the market. So that's the rules, guys. It's all about knowing the rules and following the rules. It's not, you have to be patient, okay? Be very, very patient, and that's what's going to get you a lot of money. It's going to make you a lot of money. Remember, every candle is 60 seconds, so 1 minute is moves pretty fast, right? It moves pretty fast, it moves pretty quick. So only thing you're doing now, patiently waiting, taking the setup when it happens. So everything already happened. Price came out of the box, came back, touched the box. That's another rule. Now price is already up, came back underneath the box. The 50 have crossed. Now the only thing you need now is a lower high closing bearish, and you enter the trade. So if this candle closes blue, that is my lower high. Now for me to enter, I need a bearish candle. Boom. Once I get that, I'm in. Okay. So it's all about understanding what you're waiting on, what you're looking for. Okay. All the rules everything has already happened. Everything has already happened for everything has already happened. We know from step by step, everything has happened. The only thing that we're waiting on now is the lower high closing bearish while being under the white box with the 50 being above the 8. Okay, they go out a little high. So if this candle closes bearish, if the next candle closes bearish, we enter the trade. Now let's say if we get another lower high and it doesn't close bearish, we take that as a bearish close candle. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We got the lower high, 50 has crossed the 8. There's the lower high right there. If this candle closes bearish, we enter the trade. We put our stop loss 60 pips up, and we ride it down, and we try to trail it down. Price is already showing you down movement. It already showing you it's going down. So this is what you want to see. You see how candle was like bearish? Perfect. You want to see that. So when this candle closed, you immediately enter for the sell. Everything has already happened. Everything is in your favor. Everything is for you. You understand what you're looking for. If this candle closes bearish, that's your entry. The next candle opening is your entry. Okay, so it's all about patience and understand what you're looking for. So you want it to close bearish to get, this would be a great entry. It's right at the top. Okay, so it didn't close bearish. If the next candle closes bearish, you can enter. That is still considered a lower high closing bearish because these candles are lower than that high. So you still look for that bearish close candle. This is still a lower high, guys. This is still a lower high. Okay, so once this candle closes bearish, you enter the market. All you're waiting for is a bearish close candle, and you enter. That's all you're waiting on. And I know it's easy said than done, but I just literally just told you guys, walked you guys through everything to tell you what it is. The 50 and the 8 is very, very extremely powerful, okay? So you got to keep that in mind. Once this candle closes bearish, I'm going to enter the sell, and I'm going to scalp it, probably like 20 pips. I probably could get 20 pips out of it because I really expect this thing to drop even more. Oh, stop. I'm not even signed in on this computer. Freak. I forgot to sign in, but I'm going to take the trade anyway on my other account. I thought I was signed in my other one, but this is my other account. Okay, we enter the sell. Boom. We have entered the sell. Now we put our stop to, I'm already in profit. Nice entry. We put our stop to 60 pips up from this point, which is here. We're going to enter these numbers. We're going to enter for the stop loss 32,000, 32,000, 32,659.52. Take profit. I don't know. I manually exit, but I'm in profit right now. So entry was here. So you guys can see this live. I know I'm not on this account, but you guys can see where I entered. I'm already in profit. You guys can see it works. So all you got to do is understand what you're looking for. That's it. You can see prices dropping dramatically. Um, I'm gonna exit out. I can target my target can be this demand area. My target can be that. Um, it can definitely be that. But like I say, the overall trend is still up, so you want to respect the trend. So I'm looking to get at least. I'll probably get 20 pips out of this. So you guys can see the entry. I highlight the entry, went right into profit because I understand what I'm doing. And prices dropping, dropping, and it's about to hit 20 pips. Perfect entry. You guys see, I'm doing this live. I wish I was on what's the name, but you guys can see exactly what I just did. I'm in profit and I'm about to hit 20 pips. And I need to start moving my stop. I need to start moving my stop. So it's all about understanding the scalping tool. I'm still in profit. But in fact, let me get my other laptop so I can move my stop as we talk. Price will definitely keep falling. I'm not worrying about that. But I'm glad I was able to show you guys the crazy scalping method. Once you understand, uh, simple things like that, you understand it. It's pretty simple to understand. We enter on all the rules. You saw the entry. Entry was so good. I'm still floating in profit. Um, I'm not worried at all. Price will definitely continue to fall. I just want to turn my other laptop on to move my stop, and that's pretty much it. I'm currently in, I think about, looks like 9 pips. Looks like about 9 pips. So yeah, man. It's simple. I literally told you guys, showed you guys everything. We're not panicking. We're gonna hold this thing. Stop loss is way up there. It can pull back all it wants. It will continue to drop. We're already under the supply area. Price already made its mind up that it wants to drop. So all it's doing is pulling back, building the strength to fall. But you guys can see this live, and I thought I was signed into my other account on this account, but obviously I wasn't. So I'm going to move my stop, because once price fall again, like price is pulling back, price is gonna fall again. I believe once it falls again, it should not go back up. Okay, so entry was good. Entry was good. Stop loss is amazing. Don't really need. It's not going back to your stop loss. It's not. Okay, it's not going back to your stop loss. That's the last thing you should worry about. Um, it's a part of holding, and I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold. I have a nice stop loss. Not really worrying about anything. Let me get on here. What is wrong with mine? What is wrong with this thing? When you guys follow the rules and you follow everything that you need to follow, there's no need to panic. 60 pips is hella far. This market is not going back up. It wants to play with your emotions. You enter on all the rules. I mean, you know that and you understand that. You don't have to worry. There's no way, there's no need to worry here. You just gotta hold the trade. It's Thursday for me, so you know, I don't even trade unless a sweet setup like this happens. This was a nice setup, so I'm like, all right, bet, I'll take it. Only thing the market is doing now is just pulling back to gain strength, to pull back down, to drop back down. What is this weird thing doing? Oh, I'm wondering, like, what is it doing? Well, connected to Wi-Fi. That's weird. It's supposed to be connected to Wi-Fi. So patience, guys, patience. When you enter on the rules, there's no need to worry. Okay. So when this thing drops again, that's when I start to move my stop. Okay. So all I'm doing is patiently waiting. It's probably going to test the 50 and then drop again like it always does. So it's all about patience. If you're not patient, I'm telling you, I broke everything down to you guys. Told you guys exactly what I was doing while I entered the trade, what I was waiting to look for, every single thing. Okay. Put my stop loss, writing it down. The next drop, the next fall that it does, it shouldn't come back. But I'm gonna move my stop as price falls. Um, yeah, I mean, you're pretty much waiting for the market to give you a sweet setup. So when US30 is shooting up like that, when it's shooting up, you wait. You don't get in the buy. You wait. You patiently wait. So you wait for the bearish close candle. Once you get that, you more than likely it's going to give you a sell setup, because if price failed to break that area, you're going to watch it on the 1 minute. You're going to see it on the 1 minute. The 1 minute is going to literally tell you what it's doing. Okay, so it's literally telling you what it's doing. And that's pretty much it, man. It's simple, easy. You guys see the entry. I'm in profit about 3 pips. I'm going to wait until it drops again, and then once it drops again, I'm gonna move my stop. That's when I'll move my stop. But I do expect price to fall all the way down to this demand area. I do expect that. If I was to hold this thing to do that, man. But guys, unfortunately, I don't have big guts to do it. I would have to leave my phone alone and then let the trade do what it do. But we all know that's not happening with me. It's not happening with me. Sorry. Okay, we are currently 2 pips profit. I'm just waiting for the next big drop. And once they give me the big drop, then I'll move my stop. I'll move my stop loss to. I'm 5 pips profit right now, 6 pip profit, 7 pips profit, 8 pips profit, 20 pips profit. So like when stuff like this happens, then I start to move my stop. Like you see the big drop? I told you. I'm calling this thing as the market does it. So I already know. I've traded like this a million times. So I'm going to call it before it happens because I already know what's going to happen. So I'm going to move my stop to. This thing is not letting me move my stop. Okay. Now let's see. We can. Come on. What is this thing doing, bro? It knocked me out. Wow. It really would do that, bro. Whatever. We're going to take the 8 pips. I'm not going to get back in the market. I'm pissed off because it should have let me move my stop when it dropped all the way down there. But I'm cool with it. You know, I'm cool with it. I'm not tripping. I got let me see how many pips was that. I think it was 9 pips. I think it was 10 pips. Yeah, it was actually 7 pips. I put my stop. I tried to put my stop just as breaking even, but this thing dragged it all the way down and it knocked me out at 9 pips. But it's okay as long as you guys understand exactly what I just did. Then you cool. It's okay. You know, as long as you guys understand exactly what I just did. And you see the entry right here. So it's like you should understand and know what the market is doing. Obviously, it just stopped me out by accident. The computer, my other laptop, it dragged it all the way here, right here, where it's lined it, and it knocked me out. But it's okay. I'm not going to get back into a sell because it knocked me out. No, you don't do that. You already got your profit. Get out of there, okay? Now, like I said, I do expect price. That's why I was going to try to trail it down. As it falls more and more, I was going to try to trail it down. But the PC wanted to be a douche and move my stop all the way here and knock me out. But it's okay. We're not going to get back into the market. I want you guys to understand what happened, okay? So I'm going to re-break it down and while I entered the trade, okay? So the first thing I did, I already know, I'm looking at the candles. It's all about candlestick analysis. I'm looking at the candles and I'm noticing the candles. I'm looking at the candles and noticing that the candles is not making higher highs on the 1 minute after I have just got my supply area. So look, price going up, right? The moment I get a red candle close on the hour, I'm going to immediately, let me delete all this so you guys can see exactly what I did, so I don't want to confuse you. I'm going to delete this and I'm going to post this video so that you guys can see that I scalped the market easy, and I could have got way more pips if my other laptop didn't drag my stop too low. Okay, so price goes up. I'm watching it since yesterday. I'm watching it. I'm waiting. I want to sell, so I'm not gonna get into this buy. I could have got into this buy, but yesterday I did go to sleep. This supply became. Let me show you guys something. US30 does this all the time. You just gotta pay. You gotta have the patience. So you see this drop right here? This is the supply area. Boom. Supply area from the wick to the body, okay? From the wick to the closing of the body, that's where you're going to put this box. Boom. I'm going to turn this white, okay? So after I see price has made, and it's also a fib level too. So after I see price has made this, right, I'm going to wait for the break. I'm more than likely, my wheel play did turn back blue here. So you see when price came back down here? See how it came back wick and then jump up? That's becoming, the supply became support. And this is where you got the buy in at. So let's go to the 1 minute. Go to the 1 minute and show you guys what happened here. Those arrows is my will go, and this is the 1 minute, so don't be confused of that. Alright. So look. So here it is. You would have been waiting for price to go up, close, which it did. It closed and it comes back. Now you see how it comes back, but it doesn't touch? All you need is a higher low closing bullish into the buy. Where do you get that at? Price comes back, higher low closing bullish right here, entry. This is your entry. And you go for the buy. The will plays will turn back blue. And when it turns back blue, it's going to let you know. All you need to do is wait for supply to become support. Is that really simple? It's so simple to understand. All you got to do is know exactly what you're waiting on and what you're looking for. So we highlighted the bearish candle, right? Boom. Once it closed above, you have to wait for the retest. You don't get in right away. Yes, the 8 has crossed. Yes, 8 must cross, and it did. It closed up. Price will always come back to retest that area. It's not going to break and keep going. Price will always come back and retest the area. You wait for the retest. If it don't retest, you do not enter. I don't care if this thing go all the way up. It will fall all the way back down. You got to wait for the retest. So here's the retest. Price comes back. Don't touch it and bounce back up. All you wait for is the first higher low closing bullish to enter. Look, the 8 is above the 50. Price must be above the 8. It's the same rules. Price must be above the 8, and the 8 must be above the 50, giving you a high low closing bullish. This would have been your entry. What would have been your target? There's nothing above, so you would have did a 1-to-1. There's nothing to target because you don't have a resistance above you. So you would have did a 1-to-1 and try to trail it. As you can see, price shot up dramatically. All because supply became support. And if you're able to spot this, guys, you're gonna get rich. I'm telling you, you will be rich and you will be wealthy. Now, in this case, I missed that. I'm not gonna lie, I did miss it. I was asleep when this happened. But here's how I was able to scalp the sell. As I woke up, I immediately went to my phone because I knew US30 was bullish since yesterday. I immediately went to my phone. I noticed the RSI was at an 80, so I said, okay, the RSI is at an 80. I'm going to wait for the first bearish close candle. Once the first bearish close candle came, I immediately put my supply area. That immediately becomes a new supply zone. So once that happened, guys, I immediately turned my box from the wick of the candle to the closing. Have my 8 and my 50 EMA ready. Once I do that, I go to the 1 minute for entry. I put a vertical line for the new candle so I can know where did price go up. So I noticed price came out already. Once price come out already, what do I always tell you guys? It always retests, right? It always retests. Don't I always say that? Price always retests. Price broke, came right back. This is what you wait on. Price come back, touch the box. Price don't have to touch the box as long as you know, as long as you can understand a retest. Price can. I would definitely like for price to touch the box. But if you see price don't touch the box and it continues to fall in the 8, the 50 crosses the 8, giving you a low high closing bullish, you enter that. But in this case, price came back and touched the box. Then it fell. That's when I started doing the video and showed you guys what I did. So all I was waiting on is for the 52 cross. Once this came back and touched it and retested, all I'm waiting on is for the 52 cross the 8 and a lower high closing bullish, and I enter the trade. The 50 cross the 8 here, price must be under the 8 moving average when they give me a low high closing bullish. Right here, closing bullish, and my entry was right here. My entry was right on this candle. As you can see, perfect entry. And it's that simple. Perfect entry. So, and then when I entered, price fell all the way down about 17 pips. Right now, if the computer wasn't such a douche, I would be trailing this down. Trying to trail it down. More like I probably would have got stopped out anyway. But as you can see, that entry, 19 pips profit already. If you was holding 19 pips profit. So that is all I did, okay? That's all I did, and that is all I do, okay? Waiting patiently for supply areas. I do expect price to fall all the way down here, okay? I do expect that. Today is Thursday. We don't want to be in no trap trades. It's still bullish. Don't get it twisted. Market is still bullish. So that's all I did, and that's how I was able to get in the market patiently waiting, okay? Price always falls back to the previous supply area, okay? Price always does. So I wanted to do that live for you guys and show you guys live the trade where I entered, and hopefully you guys understand this video. So yeah, I'm out, guys. Hopefully you guys understand it. I'm out. That's it.